Welcome to the Ringside Podcast. The following podcast has been rated 14 and above. If anyone is 14 or below, please be assisted by an adult or a guardian. Welcome to the Ringside Podcast, and here we are up at Ringside live on the air. And of course, as you know, last week we had the debut. Yes, the debut of the Ringside Podcast. And what an episode it was. As you know, that was our Money in the Bank preview, really. And now this time, we're going to talk about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view again. Just going over the match card once again. And of course, telling our predictions once again. And of course, we also have a great, we're coming off of a great Monday Night Raw. And of course, as we know, some of the biggest things have happened. We have a new general manager announced. We have the Wyatt family debut, and how beautiful and magnificent that debut really was. And we're going to go ahead and get it started here with the Wyatt family debut. And here we are. Here is the Wyatt family debuting live on Monday Night Raw.
Oh no.
I have no followers. I have only brothers and sisters, all in the name of cause. People are sheep. You understand me? They can't lead themselves. They need to be led. People buy and sell fear. They worship war. They crave war. But I'm not afraid of their wars. I created war. And I think it's time for the masses to wake up. Wake up. Wake up! Wake up and look at this lie they're living in, man! The world is deteriorating between their toes, and they do nothing about it. They only stand there, they whisper and wonder, but they never do anything about it. But I've seen it all in my dreams and in my thoughts, and above everything else, I understand this is not the beginning. It's the end.
Desperately trying to fight out of this, but
And there you have it, the Wyatt family's debut live on Raw. But now, let's just talk about what exactly happened. As you know, and as you obviously heard, they went right after Kane. And you know what? A mystic, sort of a dark character the whole Wyatt family is. And that really could make them stand out and be one of the best there is for the tag team division right now. And you know, there's a lot of talk right now on who they're going to face, possibly at SummerSlam. And well, I've heard of some that they're going to face here. And one of those is the Brothers of Destruction. You know, as you know, this really almost sets the tone because they're attacking Kane. And you know, the only way really for the Wyatt family to go over in that match is if they win. And you know, what's another loss gonna do to the Undertaker or Kane? I mean, really, not much. Because if you think about it, they've had their moments, and they're pretty much leaving their prime. They're pretty much out of their prime, but they've had their great moments here. They're pretty much in the WWE just to get people over. And you know, that's actually kind of good for them, because as you know, they are some of the greatest legends, and of course Kane is really the only true active legend on the roster today. You know, let's just talk a little bit more about the Wyatt family. You know, we talk about some of the pros. You know, really, as you know, it was kind of cool to see the Wyatt family promo to sort of go into the actual debut, sort of. You know, I mean, it made its entrance there dramatic and wonderful. And that's a very good pro, and you know, it's a good choice to have Luke Harper and Eric Rowan attack Kane. And you know, as I've already said, he's a seasoned veteran, and he's a monster, and it makes you look dominant if you can be a monster. Especially, I mean, they took out a monster basically, so it's gonna look good. And as you know, some of the cons of this really, although it was entertaining, it didn't really last long. You know, they pretty much just beat down Kane, and Bray Wyatt kneeled before Kane. I looked up at the sky with his so-called brothers and stuff. And then that segment pretty much ended. And then something that I really didn't like is that when he kneeled, Bray Wyatt kneeled, the crowd came off with a chant, Husky Harris. Now that to me, that crowd could not be any more stupid. We know it's Husky Harris. Get over it. He has a much better character now, and a new and improved character. And obviously, with all this build-up to the debut, do you really want to ruin that for yourself and for everyone else? Well, apparently there are some idiots in the crowd. I mean, don't get me wrong. The crowd last week in Sioux City, Iowa, that crowd was just it. Down, and 35.6% said I need to see more to decide how the group will do, and that's just a total of 6,117 votes there from the WWE Universe. You know, regardless though, there are always pros and cons to WWE Superstar debut, and hopefully, well, everyone enjoyed the debut no matter what. And now let's sort of talk about some other news that's going on in the WWE right now. As you know, some stuff about the NXT sexual harassment rumors, and of course WWE actually just reported this. They released their statement. It was reported last week that there have been rumors going around about a possible sexual harassment issue in WWE's NXT developmental territory, and of course their statement as follows. There have been no sexual harassment complaints filed against any employee at WWE's training facility in Orlando. And of course, this could also, as this goes on to say, basically, it says, instead, there have been baseless allegations made by disgruntled talent recently released by WWE. And of course, regardless, WWE takes issues seriously and investigated this matter, concluding that there was no, I repeat, no wrongdoing. And of course, that was just something out there that was floating around here in the WWE news, and that really we're going to actually, we'll share it here on the Ringside Podcast. And in the future, if there's any news important like this, we'll share it out there with the Ringside Podcast and all of its viewers. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the Monday Night Raw results. And of course, as you know, Monday Night Raw opened up with Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox in the ring. And of course, what then? Well, basically, she just goes on, excuse me, I said excuse me. That's pretty much all she goes on about. And of course, as you know, she'll say something else and saying this and that about how she could keep her job and how she hired men like like Brock Lesnar back and all these other great superstars like RVD. And of course, she's interrupted by Jerry Lawler now and says that there will actually be a poll in the app for WWE Universe fans to actually go and see and vote to see if she passed or if she failed. And of course, after that point, we got an RVD promo. And of course, this RVD promo makes everything he's done in TNA look like nothing. That's how great his promos really are getting, and how great the hype is. They're really trying. After that, though, we move to our first match of the night, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. And of course, as you know, this match was a pretty good match. As you know, people were chanting 18 seconds the whole night, but Daniel Bryan obviously came off as the winner. And of course, we got a backstage segment. AJ telling Big E Langston to look out for Caitlyn and Dolph Ziggler. And you know, this pretty much almost got into a fight here with AJ and Dolph Ziggler, but as you know, they kissed and made up. And then obviously we took a look at a Mark Henry video that was shown last week, pretty much hyping up all he's done and pretty much building up to the Money in the Bank WWE Championship match here at the pay-per-view. Then we get Tons of Funk versus The Shield. And of course, this match is obviously going to be won by The Shield. Then we got a video of a reporter searching for the Wyatt family in their home and stuff. And then John Cena and Mark Henry come out face to face as we were promised earlier. And, well, this pretty much ended up by making John Cena look scared against the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Backstage, we go to a segment here. Randy Orton talks to CM Punk about calling himself the best in the world and all of this, and how Randy Orton beat him 2 years ago at WrestleMania. And then, of course, we get Chris Jericho versus the newest Paul Heyman guy, Curtis Axel. This match was actually a very good match in my opinion, because, you know, The Miz was on commentary, and every time The Miz is on commentary, you know it's going to be good. So, I mean, this really ended up with The Miz distracting Curtis Axel, and then when Curtis Axel got in the ring, Chris Jericho hit the Codebreaker, knocked Curtis Axel out, went for the pin. Curtis Axel has his first loss as a Paul Heyman guy. And of course, we go to a backstage segment here with Team Road Scholars. It's talking about how this won't affect their friendship this Sunday. Then they're interrupted by Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, and Antonio Cesaro. And then Wade Barrett comes in, and then pretty much Fandango walks in, and he's about to pronounce his name, and everybody's telling him, "Don't do it, don't do it." And then Wade Barrett finally knocks him out. Then we get a second video of the Wyatt family, and of course, as you know, Luke Harper is spotted, and of course then he starts guiding the reporter around the compound and taking him to the room where Bray Wyatt is awaiting. Then we get Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara. This match obviously isn't going to be exciting and everything, and you know, this match, what I found shocking about this match is that there was no bell rung at all to end this match, and we don't know how the match ended exactly, but we're going to go ahead and guess and say that it's ended in no contest. And then, of course, after that, we get Team Bricky making their way to the ring for the job evaluation. This match, well, it's not a match, but this segment was rather interesting, and we're actually going to take a look here about what exactly foretold went down here. And we actually have a video here, and of course we're going to just play a clip here of the video where Brad Maddox and Vic Guerrero have their job evaluation. Alright, here it is. Here's the clip.
We let her decide Vicky's fate.
Well, it seems as though this job evaluation has escalated a lot further than any of us imagined. And I'm not going to let anyone or anything drive a wedge between me and my family. Therefore, we're going to let the exclusive WWE app vote decide. Did Vicky Guerrero pass or did she fail?
Record-setting votes tonight on the WWE app. Oh! We're going to recount. It's a landslide.
Vicky, the universe has spoken. You failed. Stephanie, if there is one thing that I have learned from your dad, it's that you can't trust these people that you can this for the business, and I am not a spineless puppet. They vote me is because they love me, and that comes with respect. And I am not going to have some popularity contest and get in line to put this being a SmackDown. This is not right. This is not right.
That's a unique voice.
Vicky, I've got 2 words for you. And the immortal words of my father. You're fired.
The universe is spoken. Oh, poor thing.
broken Vicky Guerrero's heart. Vicky didn't fail. You know who failed? Each and every one of you just failed. You threw away what could have been the most entertaining general manager of Raw of all time. You threw it away. You failed. We need a new general manager of Monday Night Raw. And believe me, you people deserve this. Brad Maddox. What? Who? Really? Even Brad Maddox is shocked. What? Is he kidding? Wait. Brad Maddox is the general manager of Monday Night Raw? That's what Mr. McMahon just said.
Well, that obviously was Brad Maddox being named the official and new general manager for Monday Night Raw. Well, as you know, Vince is consoling Vicky and everything backstage, and then we have Kane versus Christian, and you know that Christian's probably going to be put under, and of course you know he is. Then we have where the Wyatt family debuts and attacks Kane, and then we pretty much have a backstage segment between Ryback and Vicky Guerrero, and then Ryback actually hugs Vicky Guerrero and says, "You'll be okay." Then we have Divas action up next, which is Kaitlyn and Layla versus AJ and Alicia Fox. This one ended up being a no contest. And of course, then we have a backstage segment where CM Punk says that Orton doesn't lack confidence, and he's entitled, and he doesn't believe Punk is the best in the world, and he's entitled. But one thing is not entitled is to be making up facts. Holding the title makes him the best in the world, he says, and holding the WWE title in the modern era makes him the best in the world. Beating Randy Orton makes him the best in the world, and Sunday when he wins Money in the Bank for the third time, that makes him best in the world. Then we move up to our main event, Randy Orton versus CM Punk. Great matchup, great main event, and you know, this one was back and forth, and of course CM Punk did come on top of this match by hitting Randy Orton with the GTS for the 3 count, and then after this match, which was very interesting, is Daniel Bryan runs out and attacks CM Punk, pulls a ladder out under the ring and nails Orton with it. Bryan then sets the ladder up and climbs to the top, unhooking the briefcase as Raw goes off the air. And of course, this to me sets up for Daniel Bryan to possibly win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that is my pick to win the All-Star Money in the Bank ladder match. Thank you for joining us for the Ringside Podcast Episode 2. We'll see you next week live on the air. But for now, this is MJB, Michael Burgess here, owner of WorldWrestlingNews.com, saying good night.